Okay. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Just going to do a brief live tonight, and primarily because of a snafu. Didn't get to do the live last night, and wanted to come on and apologize for that happening. But doing everything by yourself, occasionally things happen that mess up. So apologies, and we move on. I don't run from site to site, begging people to watch the show or anything like that. But I made a rare appearance on another platform Sunday, and I want to say thank you to OC the Great TV. He invited me on his platform, and we had a very respectful conversation. My phone overheated and died towards the end of it, but I want to say thank you and much respect to OC the Great TV. Also, I want to talk about something that is a little bit personal to me. The band ZZ Top, the bass player, and I'm a bass player. The bass player is generally the person nobody knows except other bass players. And Dusty Hill passed away today, 71 years old. The man was solid as a bass player, wasn't flashy, wasn't he laid down a groove, and it was a constant groove, and unique vocalist as well. So just wanted to get those things out there before talk about some other things. And again, thank you to OC the Great. You can go to his channel and see that from Sunday night. We talked about a lot of things, and it was again a good, respectful conversation, and I thank him for that conversation. What I thought I'd do, the mainstream media, the mainstream media gets bashed a lot, and justifiably so. But at the same time, that's where a lot of information comes from, a lot of reporting comes from, and on events that we can't always have live streamers at. And a couple of those, an example of that would be the current Capitol, the current hearings on the riot at the Capitol, the insurrection, whatever terms you want to use. And what I want to do real briefly while I'm on here, I just want to kind of show you the differences in mainstream media with three examples. An example of as close to centrist as you can get. They might be, I don't know, but CNN is kind of the example of the middle, with MSNBC being far left and Fox News being far right. Now, those are mainstream because there are a lot more far right alternative news sources that some believe as the only news, and there are a few far left news sources, but not to the extent as what's going on with the extreme right. But CNN, their headlines are about Simone Biles, the gymnast, and how some people are somehow saying she's letting America down by being injured and not being able to compete. And that's just, you've never been an athlete. You as an athlete, with a heart of competition, not even, not even the heart of a champion, which she has, but you want to compete. You want to compete, but if you're going to hurt your team, it is selfish to compete. It may be a situation where you need to rush 10 for 10 yards and you'll set a state record. And, you got a broken leg, but you're going to go out there and get that 10 yards so you can have the record. That's not necessarily advantageous to your team. So you give the girl a break. Okay. Give the girl respect. Give the girl decency, because I've seen disrespect and indecency and piling on to this young girl. The second headline on CNN: the dirty little secret about Donald Trump's endorsement, and that is just an overview real quick. That he's going to help you win a Republican primary, but you'll never win a general election unless you're just in a whack job area of the country because of what potentially is about to come. Ex-cop who stormed the U.S. Capitol is jailed after buying 37 guns and posting that, quote, violence is better than protesting. All right, now we'll go to Fox News and see what their headlines are real quick. Liberal governor lashes out at big state push. Mask indoors for all, issues mandates for workers. Okay, that's the headline at Fox. The vaccine, that's the new split. That's the new polarizing thing, is vaccines, masks, and the virus. There are very few people, but there are still some, and if you're one of them, I mean, no disrespect, I'm just stating a fact. There are very few people that now think the virus is not real, okay? Just recently, I've been working for a few days, more than a few days, on doing an episode on specifically the virus, the vaccines, and I've been talking to people, and I talked to somebody who told me that somebody in Florida, and there are people, you're not hearing about it, but there are people that are dying from this virus, and they come in and the treatment's about to start, and they say, okay, we've changed our minds, we want the vaccine now. Okay, now I'm not saying that because I'm telling you to get the vaccine. I'm telling you what was told to me by a medical professional. Okay, that's it. Whether you get the vaccine or not is totally up to you, because I don't know what's in it. All right. Now, that brings us to another point. There are a lot of people who some think are really, really intelligent because they're loud, obnoxious, and they repeat the same things over and over and again and tell you that they know everything. Actually, the really smart people, what they know is what they don't know. All right. You won't see intelligent people say, try to bullshit you. I mean, you will if in certain situations, but the majority of the time, intelligent people don't want to look stupid. So they don't tell you they know something when they don't, And I don't know what's in the vaccine. I don't know how the vaccine was constructed. I've been doing a lot of studying on it, but I don't know. So I'm going to tell you, in case you don't know, I've had both vaccines for months now. I had both doses for months now. Pfizer, the company that I had the vaccine from, is recommending we get a third dose just for optimum protection against the Delta variant. What it comes down to is, are you going to trust science? Are you going to trust rumors? Are you going to trust politicians? And honestly, as I said, I was going to do an episode on it, and I'm not. But there is so much information, there's so much misinformation, and so much disinformation. Okay, information is what you perceive to be the truth. All right, misinformation is what people think is the truth, and they think they're helping to spread the truth. Then there's disinformation, when you know it's not true and you're spreading it anyway. That's how all the QAnon stuff happened. That's how all the big lie keeps getting perpetuated, that there was something uh, hugely wrong with our elections. And if there was something wrong, it would have come out, because the majority of the states are Republican states, and it's their reputations on the line, and they're not selling out to Donald Trump. And that brings us back to Donald Trump. And the three channels we have here, I'm not even going to go to MSNBC. Fox, CNN, and MSNBC, all of them have specific sub-channels that are just about Donald Trump. And that tells you the influence that the man has in the media, in the mainstream media. It doesn't give us a glimpse at all at the power he potentially has if he says it's time for us to rise up and take our country back to his people, and they indeed rise up. All of the QAnon stuff's gone quiet. The stuff I was monitoring for hours and hours and hours at a time, deciphering, decoding, has all gone quiet. So I'm hoping that is a sign that they're going, okay, we got to keep spinning this lie. So we got to quit saying Trump's going to be reinstated on the 13th of August, because we can't make that happen. We got to move it ahead. I'm hoping that it's a giant grift. I'm hoping it's a giant money grab, and that they're just going to keep moving it forward and moving it forward. But eventually, all those Trump people that have been following him are going to rise up against somebody, and it's not going to be the people running this grift, this graft, this con. They're not going to get caught. They're going to disappear before the people realize they've been scammed. And that's my hope. I hope they really aren't planning a military coup. And I think because of the and this is something we haven't talked about on here, and haven't been talked about a lot anywhere, really, but the general, the commander of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, recently was very vocal about how concerned he was that Trump was going to try to do something and have a coup and remain in power in the latter days of his administration. Is it really dangerous? If all these people rise up, it depends on how many of them there are. If there are, if there are just 250,000, okay, out of 300 million people, if just 250,000 of them rose up, well, just imagine a mob of 10,000 people in your area, wherever it is you may be living now, looking for destruction and death to anyone that didn't look like, think like, act like, or believe like they did. because we've heard it more than once. The Trump enthusiasts, the Trump minions, the Trump followers, the Trump people that have stolen the word patriots, they see this as everybody against them, and and that's what they're going to make it. That's what they're going to make it if it happens. And it's not, again, it's not going to be like we think it's going to be. It's not, no matter what you have in your head, this is how it's going to play out. That's not how it's going to play out, because 5 minutes after something happens, other things are going to happen that were unintended or not factored into the plan. That's how it always happens in war. It's a situation where it's not going to be a group of white people going into a black community and creating a massacre. That's not how this is going to start, in my opinion. It's not going to be a group of black people going into a white community and massacring a bunch of people. In my opinion, that's not how this is all going to start. It's all going to be over this virus, this vaccine, wearing a mask, being locked down, your freedoms being taken away. Okay. That's what's going to trigger it. Or these audits, the fake votes, enough people are going to get convinced, and enough trigger words, enough dog whistle words are going to get put out that it's time. We heard one of the, I heard one of the people that was in the Capitol on January 6th, and I was listening to his testimony, and he said, we were given our marching orders, and we were told to go take the Capitol. So is there some kind of structure with this Trump thing, with this patriot group, the group that calls themselves patriots? You got General Michael Flynn. Okay. So you've got a general that is QAnon. I've got a clip coming up on him in the episode tomorrow. But even though he's QAnon, even though he's going to be loyal to Trump, you would expect him to be. He was a Trump security advisor that got put into prison and is only out because Donald Trump pardoned him. And so he's going to be loyal to Trump. And he's a general. So he's got strategy. He's got tactics. He's got the presence an army general would have with other ex-military. And we know a lot of the people in the Trump thing are ex-military. They may be incredibly structured. They may be prepared. And then it comes down to, what's the United States military do? Do they defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic? Or do they side with this idea of overthrowing the government, overthrowing the democratically elected government of the United States of America, the world's beacon for democracy and freedom and having a voice in an election? And then it becomes, if this does happen, it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a human thing. If the Trump people do indeed rise, it becomes, are you going to get out of the way and just let them do what they're going to do? Are you going to join them? Or are you going to try to stop them in the name of the United States of America? Each individual person may be faced with that. It's just something to think about. Something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. Hello, everybody. Thank you. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I don't know if I even said that at the beginning. Carpe diem. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I just wanted to do a brief little thing, and I've already talked for 20 minutes. Happy Hump Day, Carpe. A little poem there. Poem, or a line of a poem. Lots going on tonight on Wednesday night. So as always, most of the people that watch my episodes don't watch the lives, but I like to get on here every once in a while, and I haven't been doing it. I'm going to do it more often so that I can take questions and stuff like that. And if you're out there and you have a question, pop in the chat real quick and ask. Otherwise, a lot of things are happening, and a lot of it's based on fear, and a lot of it's based on ignorance, and a lot of it's based on hate, and a lot of people that hate somebody just for a difference in whatever it may be, chances are have no actual interactions with the people they hate. And be a lot nicer if we could look at everyone as human beings. I've said that a lot on here, but it is a dark world. It's a dark world, and if the Trump forces do rise up, it could be a very dark day. And I personally am not prepared for it like I should be, but because I think and maybe this is just the being overly positive or overly naive. My hope is that it's all a big scam. It's all a big money grab. Because a lot of people are making money off of this. People are making money selling Patriot backpacks, Patriot survival packs, Patriot, anything with a Patriot label on it, and a lot of people are making money off of this, off of the fear, and fear based on ignorance, and ignorance based on hate. And so, why is it a dark world? Because there are dark forces. There are dark forces, in my opinion, at work in our world. And I'll just leave it at that, because I'm not going to get into other things, because I've already talked more than I wanted to be honest with you. Hey JB, peace to you as well. So I'm going to wrap this up, coming up on 25 minutes, and the reason I do so is because those that watch afterwards, if you go too long, people don't watch, and we don't want that. We want interaction. So if you got a question, a comment, and you weren't on live, thank you for watching anyway, even though you weren't here live. Drop it in the comment box, and I'm going to start doing that on some of these lives, going back to the comments from previous episodes. I was planning on doing it tonight, and I didn't get it set up. So thank you all for watching. I love you all. I wish you nothing but blessings, peace, namaste, shalom, salam. Blessings be upon you. Please try to be a light. I personally think it's a dark world. So do try to be a light. This is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Again, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Email americandufus@gmail.com. Hit the subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit the notification button. I love y'all. Thank you. Good night. Peace, Malik.